What's up guys, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a great video for you. I'm going to be giving you everything that you need to know about Lafayette, California, the pros, the cons, and I'm updating it for 2025. So let's jump right in and check it out. All right, so let's jump into everything that you need to know about Lafayette. The first thing I want to start with is location and proximity. I always start with location for all of my videos. So for Lafayette, you are sitting right on Highway 24. So once you come through the Caldecott Tunnel, if you are coming from San Francisco or for Oakland and you're heading east and you get through the Caldecott Tunnel, within about 10 minutes, you're going to be in Lafayette. Lafayette's location is really fantastic because it's very centralized and it's very convenient. Pretty much from anywhere you're at in Lafayette, you're going to have very easy access to the freeways as well as BART if you are looking for some mass transportation. It's also nicely centrally located to many other neighboring cities and towns. So if you are looking to get to places like Walnut Creek, you're about a 5 to 10 minute drive. Pleasant Hill, Concord, Alamo, Danville, all of these are roughly about a 5 to a 15 minute drive depending upon where you're at. And then if you need to get into Oakland or into San Francisco, especially if this is where your commute is going to take you for your work, if you're traveling to Oakland on the freeways, you're looking about a 15 to 20 minute drive depending upon what part of Oakland you're trying to get to. And to get to San Francisco, you're looking at about 45 minutes, and obviously it can go up a bit from there depending upon traffic, but you should be able to get yourself into San Francisco within an hour on most days, maybe an hour and 15 on some of the rougher traffic days. But Lafayette is very, very convenient when it comes to commute and just lifestyle, just trying to get around to some of the other neighboring towns and cities, and that's one of the big draws for Lafayette. Now, when we're talking about BART, if you're going to take mass transit into some of the major employment hubs like Oakland or San Francisco, for example, the BART will actually take you into Oakland in about the same amount of drive time, so about 15 or 20 minutes, and into San Francisco, you're probably looking at about 30 to 35 minute BART ride depending upon which stop that you're going to get at. So again, Lafayette is super convenient and very centrally located. The other great thing about Lafayette is its proximity to some of the nice recreational areas that people try to go to around the Bay Area. So let's start with some of your day trips and weekend trips. You are about a 30 to 45 minute drive into Napa or Sonoma. It makes it super easy to do a nice day trip or to spend a weekend out in wine country. If you're looking to get to Lake Tahoe, you're about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive depending upon whether you're going to North Shore or to South Shore. And so that's one of the things that is really amazing about pretty much any part of this area of the Bay Area is it's such an easy trip to get into Lake Tahoe. And so there's been plenty of times where I have even done a day trip to go snowboarding. So you'll wake up at 6 a.m., you'll be in Tahoe by 9 a.m., do a day's worth of skiing or snowboarding, and then you're heading back and you're home by 8 or 9 p.m. So doing a day trip to Tahoe is definitely doable, but obviously it's very common to do a weekend or a long weekend. And then of course in the summertime, if you're into just being at the lake, boating, fishing, kayaking, paddle boarding, Lake Tahoe has it all. You're in great proximity to that. You're also about 2.5 hours from Carmel or Monterey. So if you're looking to get out of town for a weekend, a long weekend, and you're trying to get to some of the greatest, most well-known destinations around, Lafayette is a great location for that. And of course, as I mentioned, the neighboring towns are going to offer the same to you, but we definitely have to call out Lafayette's location and its proximity is definitely one of the major draws for Lafayette. All right, so jumping into the next topic I want to cover is the housing. Now, Lafayette has lots of great options when it comes to housing for people, but the trade-off for it is going to be the affordability, which I'll talk about in just a minute. So Lafayette has everything from beautiful ranch style homes that give you that real neighborhood type of vibe. They sit on nice lot sizes, everything up to multi-million-dollar estates that are secluded and they're on acreage. And so depending upon what you're looking for, Lafayette definitely has various options depending upon the lifestyle that you want, whether you want seclusion and privacy and these large, multi-million-dollar estates, or these ranch style homes that are 3-4 bedrooms. They're usually single story, built in the 50s or 60s. A lot of them have been remodeled, but that's going to give you more of the neighborhood feel where you have the opportunity to get to know your neighbors. But then Lafayette also has done a really good job of adding condos and townhomes for people that are looking for a bit of a lower price point, but also want a little bit more of that urban feel, because the condos and the townhomes are centered very close to the downtown area of Lafayette, which we're going to talk about the downtown in just just a little bit, but the condos will give you a little bit of a different feel and a different vibe than what you would get in the neighborhoods when it comes to those ranch style homes or those multi-million dollar estates. Now, right now, as I'm recording this video in May of 2025, the median price point for a single family home is about $2 million. So as I mentioned, that is something that people who are looking to move into the area, sometimes the affordability factor for Lafayette can be an issue. For others, it's not, and that's exactly what they're looking for. But just expect about a $2 million price point. Now, the properties that you will find under $2 million will come with a little bit less square footage. A lot of these will likely need to be updated or remodeled. So if you're looking for something that's turnkey, you might have a little bit more trouble finding that at a lower price point under $2 million. But if this is the price point that you are expecting, you will find lots of great options at around the $2 million price point, and it will go up from there. The prices for the townhomes and condos is essentially ranging from about, call it $1.2 to $1.6 million. And again, it'll depend on the size and the location of the condo and whether it is a condo or a townhome. But you can expect to pay somewhere between 1.2 and 1.6 for one of those types of properties in Lafayette. So now that's going to lead me into talking about the neighborhoods and the community, because that's actually really one of the things that you're paying for when you are moving to an area like Lafayette, is the neighborhood and the community. So Lafayette is very well known for being a very small, very tight-knit community. It is a place, as I mentioned, if you are in the neighborhoods or you will get a chance to know your neighbors. It is also known for being a safe community. Now, as a real estate agent, I'm not allowed to talk about safety and how safe it is, but definitely do your own due diligence. If you look up online, you will see that Lafayette is generally ranked among the top cities for safety. And so again, like I said, do your own due diligence, check it out. But again, that's one of the reasons why people are so drawn to Lafayette, is because you have wonderful neighborhoods where you get a chance to know your neighbors. It's a great tight-knit community in general within Lafayette, and again, for how well it's known for being a safe city. All right, before we jump into the rest of the pros and cons for Lafayette, I want to take a quick second to introduce myself. My name is Adam Dobrinich, local real estate agent here in the East Bay. As much as I love making these videos for you, I'd love even more to be able to help you with any of your real estate needs, buying or selling. Please don't hesitate to reach out. The number that's popping up below. I do answer all of my own phone calls, emails, text messages. I'd love to be a resource for you and help you out. With that being said, let's jump right back into the video. Okay, so I do want to call out just a couple neighborhoods to give you an idea or some examples of some neighborhoods that you'll have in Lafayette and give you a good idea of what they're like. So the first neighborhood I want to call out is the Silver Springs Woodlands neighborhood, which basically backs up to downtown, and it's a beautiful neighborhood, lots of ranch style homes. As I mentioned, you'll definitely get that neighborhood vibe. Of course, you'll have the great schools, but one of the great things about this neighborhood is it's also walkable to downtown. So if you're looking for the neighborhood vibe, a place where you can get to know your neighbors, you're looking for the ranch style homes. A lot of them are single story. They were built in the 50s and 60s, but you also want some of that walkability to downtown, but you don't want to be in a condo or a townhome. Definitely check out that neighborhood. The next neighborhood I want to talk about is Burton Valley, and Burton Valley is an absolutely fantastic neighborhood. Same thing, you're going to get the ranch style homes and that neighborhood type feel where you can get to know your neighbors. The homes there are a little bit larger, and again, the lot sizes, you'll definitely get very nice lot sizes. One of the other great things about this neighborhood, also kind of similar to the Silver Springs Woodlands area, is that you get a lot of trails, walking trails, in that area. And so these are two very highly sought after neighborhoods in Lafayette. And so definitely check those out, have those on your radar. This is also where you're going to find that price point where you're going to be around that $2 million median price. Some homes you can find there will be a little bit lower, some will be a little bit higher as well, but that's really where you're going to find these properties. The next neighborhood that I want to call out, I'm actually going to call out two of them. It's the Spring Hill area, which then connects into Release Valley. Now, this is a little bit further from downtown. This is kind of on the north side of Lafayette as you're heading towards, Pleasant Hill. This is a really great area because it's a little bit more rural, for lack of a better word. It's kind of in the foothills a little bit of Lafayette, and the properties here are a little bit spread out. You still get a little bit of that neighborhood vibe, but you do get a great mixture of properties here. So you do have some of those older style ranch homes, but you also have new construction properties that were, built more recently. They're a bit bigger, smaller lot sizes, but bigger homes, newer homes. So you're really going to get a good mixture of properties there. Same thing, you're going to find great schools there as well. And then the last neighborhood that I want to call out is Happy Valley, or Upper Happy Valley. So Happy Valley and Upper Happy Valley, same thing, amazing schools, very close to the BART station, but this is where you're going to find many more of those estate style homes where they're on much larger lot sizes. There's a bit more privacy and seclusion, and this also gets kind of up into the hills and the foothills of Lafayette. So if that's something that you're looking for, you are going to find a much higher price point there. And there are some pockets where it is, you know, kind of like little neighborhood, you know, feel in the Happy Valley area. But again, in general, the Happy Valley area is where you're going to find, you know, some of the bigger homes, the bigger estates, and a bit more of the privacy and seclusion, if that's something that you're looking for. So I just wanted to highlight some of these different neighborhoods, call them out a little bit, so that you get an idea of what the options are in Lafayette. The other thing that Lafayette has to offer is tons of great events, and that's one of the things that helps make Lafayette such a tight-knit community, are the events that are hosted throughout the year in Lafayette. And so Lafayette is very well known for its Art and Wine Festival. It's such a fantastic event that happens every single year in the springtime. But you also have Rock the Plaza and the Taste of Lafayette. And so these few examples of the events that Lafayette has throughout the year are just one of the things that, you know, really draws people to it. People love to go to them, and the city just really does a very, very fantastic job of bringing the community together, and just, you know, sort of adds to that, you know, feel of being a tight-knit community. And so I definitely wanted to call out those events. Those are just a few examples and some of the main ones that happen throughout the year in Lafayette. But if you're looking for a place that has these kind of events that host it, that bring people together, Lafayette will definitely have you covered. The other amazing thing is, because of its proximity to cities like Walnut Creek or Pleasant Hill, even Orinda and Moraga, those cities also host events throughout the year. And so you're not going to really run out of things to do throughout the year, because, you know, all of these different cities have their own events that are happening, things with live music or art and wine. All the different events that you'd be looking for are in very close proximity to you, aside from the ones that you are going to get directly with Lafayette. And so if you're looking for events, if you're looking for things to do throughout the year and bringing the community together, Lafayette will definitely have you covered. Okay, I want to cover off on the schools. One of the reasons why Lafayette is so highly sought after, one of the reasons why it's so desirable, are the schools that you have in Lafayette. Now, so again, same thing, the Department of Real Estate doesn't allow me to comment on individual schools, things like that. Do your own due diligence. Go to greatschools.org, go to niche.com, neighborhoodscout.com. The information that you can find on those sites for the schools, you will see that Lafayette is always ranked amongst the top in the entire state of California. It's certainly ranked amongst the highest in the Bay Area, and that's one of the reasons why people are always looking to move to Lafayette, is the school system that they have there and the education that the kids can get. The other thing too about the schools within Lafayette is the parents are so good at fundraising and making sure that the schools have the resources that they need so that the kids can get great educations. And so if that's something that you're looking for, if that's on your radar, Lafayette will absolutely have you covered. And as I mentioned, it's just, you know, one of the reasons why the area is so desirable and so highly sought after. Okay, let's talk about Lafayette's downtown. Lafayette definitely has a destination downtown. You're going to find lots of shops, lots of restaurants. The thing that I like the most about Lafayette's downtown is the restaurants that you're going to find. They're not chain restaurants. They're not cookie cutter, style restaurants. They're very unique, very interesting restaurants. You can find lots of different options, lots of different cuisine. As I mentioned with some of the other things, you know, in this video, you're also in close proximity to lots of other cities like Walnut Creek or Pleasant Hill, Concord, Alamo, Danville, that also have lots and lots of restaurants. So if you're ever finding that you're getting a little bit tired of the restaurants that you've been going to routinely, it's very easy. You're about 10 minutes from, you know, lots of other options that you have. But the thing that I really like about Lafayette is just the variety that you have there, lots of different cuisines. And then of course, just a beautiful, kind of main strip downtown. It's Mount Diablo Boulevard that you can kind of walk up and down. You have everything from breweries, barbecue, Italian, Spanish food, high-end restaurants, more family-friendly restaurants. You pretty much have everything that you can find in Lafayette. And the downtown is very, very walkable. And so, you know, if that's something that you're looking for, just having that main strip, that main drag that you can walk through on a weekend, and great restaurants for a date night or getting the family out, Lafayette has it all. And as I mentioned, you know, there's lots of other options in just the neighboring cities. So you really can't go wrong when it comes to shopping and cuisine. Okay, so now I want to talk about the outdoor activities and basically the outdoor space that you have available available to you in Lafayette. Now, Lafayette is very centrally located. As I mentioned previously, its proximity and its location is something that's highly sought after for Lafayette. One of the main outdoor spaces that you're going to have for Lafayette is the Briones Regional Park. Lafayette actually backs up to the Briones Regional Park, and so if you're looking for areas where you can go for a hike, you want to go for a walk up in the hills, take your dog, you can even do some horseback riding up in there. The Briones Regional Park is a beautiful space, and once you get up into the hills a little bit, you actually have some beautiful views of the Contra Costa County, the East Bay, beautiful views of Mount Diablo, as well as the Highway 24 corridor. So as far as outdoor activities, you'll definitely want to have Briones Regional Park on your radar. Lafayette also has a reservoir. It's called the Lafayette Reservoir, and at the Lafayette Reservoir, it has an amazing trail that goes around it. It's a few miles, and it just kind of outlines the whole reservoir. You can also do fishing and a little bit of boating in the reservoirs into. That's something that you're looking for. You can do it. It's also a great place for a picnic. I actually go to Lafayette Reservoir all the time to go fishing. I absolutely love it. So it's very convenient, it's very easy, and of course, living in Lafayette, you have very, very easy access. It is on the west side of Lafayette as you're heading towards the Caldecott Tunnel. So have that on your radar for just some additional stuff for you to do. And then lastly, I want to talk about the Mount Diablo State Park. So Mount Diablo State Park is a bit of a drive from Lafayette, maybe 15-20 minutes to get to the gate for that, but it is a huge state park. And again, if you're looking for hiking, biking, trails, you can even do camping up there. And it also, if you can get up to the top, which you can drive to, actually you can see views of pretty much the entire Bay Area all the way out to San Francisco and past it. So you have lots of access to tons of outdoor activities, tons of outdoor space, and so I wanted to call that out for Lafayette. Now you can have this, and you will have this with any of the other adjacent communities as well to Lafayette, but its proximity to Briones Regional Park, easy access to the Lafayette Reservoir, we definitely have to call this out for Lafayette. Okay, covering off on the last couple topics, I want to cover traffic. You are absolutely going to run into traffic a lot in Lafayette, particularly in the commute hours. The freeways are going to be busy, especially Highway 24. You are going to have traffic in the morning and in the afternoon commutes. The side streets, or just the main roads within Lafayette, do get congested and they do get busy as people are taking, their kids to school and they're getting, to their commute for work. So you are going to find congestions on the road. You are going to find congestions on the freeway. If you live anywhere in the Bay Area and you're looking to make a move to Lafayette, you're probably used to some level of traffic. If you're moving from out of state, because I do get lots of clients that are calling me watching these videos who are moving here from out of state. If you're not used to traffic, that'll definitely be a lifestyle change for you. But if you're used to traffic wherever you're moving from, you are going to have that here. You're not going to get much relief. And the last thing that I want to cover is the weather. So for the weather in Lafayette, because it is somewhat protected by the Oakland and Berkeley hills, it doesn't get quite as hot as it does as you get a little bit further east. You do still have some very nice, very warm days where it'll be in the 80s, 90s. You might get a day or two where it'll get into the hundreds, but that's pretty rare. But the thing is it does cool down quite a bit in the evening times, even during the summer. You get a little bit more of a breeze compared to some of the other areas, and that still makes for some very beautiful summer nights. You will also get some fog cover in different parts of the year that does get into Lafayette. It helps keep it a little bit cooler. In the spring and the fall, you're going to get those beautiful transitional seasons. So in the fall, September, October, in my opinion, it's actually some of the best weather that you get out here in Contra Costa County in the East Bay. The weather is still nice and warm. The evening nights start to get a little bit cooler, but really just absolutely fantastic weather, and you're definitely going to get the changing of the colors with the leaves and the foliage. And then in the springtime, same thing. You're going to get very kind of nice, beautiful, moderate weather where the temperatures during the day will be in the 70s. They can get into the 80s a little bit. The evening times and the mornings will be nice and cool, so you're really going to get some great options with that. All right, the wind is starting to pick up. We're going to wrap up the video. Hope you found this video helpful. This is your 2025 update of everything that you need to know about Lafayette, all the pros, all the cons. Again, my name is Adam Dobrinich, local real estate agent. If I can be of any assistance to you, whether you're buying or selling, please do not hesitate to reach out. Again, my number is popping up below. With that being said, I hope you have a great day and a great week, and we'll catch you on the next video.